Good day, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Daniel Umstead, host of the RNG radio show. And today's guest, I want to thank her so much for coming out today, is Tuesdi Kelly of Soiree, etc. Tuesdi, how are you doing today?
Fine, Daniel. It's been a good day. Today's July 1st. Do you guys realize that?
Oh, man,
It's
the
a
first of
great
the month. I
day.
love it.
Yes, it's the first of the month. So we're starting it off right.
Indeed, indeed. Of course, because I got you on the show. So, Tuesday, tell me a little bit about Soiree, etc. I went on there. I get that it's event planning, but you got to tell me what that etc. part is. So,
Okay, so I'll tell you. Soiree said when I first started, I said, okay, I want to be a wedding planner. I love weddings. That's what I did. And I said, okay. But I knew that I had to add etc. because just in case I changed the face of the business. We always talk about multiple streams of income. How about there was other income that could be made? And I didn't want to get stuck with just saying soiree because if people know in French, it means party. So I said party, etc. That means that we can do so much more than just your party and we can make it more exciting for you. So I wanted that to be the thing that my customer left with and not saying, okay, 5 years from now, I would change my name again and reinvent myself. I'm keeping the name. I reinvent myself every year by going and getting some training and learning some more about the business. So that's where I started. I started as a planner. And then later on, I felt like I've been planning and doing florals and doing production. Then I said, you know what? I took the planning off the table and I turned into a more of an event production company.
Awesome, awesome. Now, with everything currently going on right now, but I know that because you've been in the business for how long now?
I've been in the business for 16 years now.
Wow, that is truly amazing. So for being in the business for so long, I know that you definitely dealt with the ups and downs with the economies. With what's currently going on right now, have you seen an increase or has it slowed steady or how has your business been going with everything going on?
You know what? Business has been very slow. I mean, people are not, I call myself an ancillary kind of business. My services are ancillary. So we don't do planning. And so what we do is we create what you want, what your dream is, within your budget. And so now people are not having lavish events. And most time we do mostly luxury and lavish events. They're more so streamlining down to what we call micro weddings or more smaller celebrations. And people wait till next year. So of course, I'll be ready for them next year, the year after, to give them the fabulous event that they're looking for. But at this point, this is nothing new for us. I mean, in the event business, I think this is a little bit more of a hardship. We saw this back in 2008 to 2010 when we
Right.
saw the market just bottom out. So, and you just have to learn to come back in, ease yourself back in. People are scared to spend money, and we understand that. But we also know that we have to make a living too. So you have to turn those tables and figure out what else can you do. I actually do teach a class at Marcus University.
Okay.
And so I teach a class twice a year there. You know, I'm going to start the class back up in October. So my class is really around helping people who don't want to spend the money on people like me, you know, the lavishness, but they want to know some tips and tricks. Also, it's for new and upcoming event producers, event planners that want to learn a little bit more about the business. It's not a lucrative job, but it allows you to let people know that you're out here and you're here to help. And that's what we really should be doing at this time.
Awesome. And speaking of Brandon, when people, because with all weddings and with all events, people should be planning ahead. For those that definitely need their contact information to get in touch with you, how can one go about following you or getting in contact with you?
Well, my website is www.soiree, etc. It's S like in Sam, O is in Oscar, I like an Indian, R like in Roger. There are 3 E's like in Edward, C is in Tom, C is in Charles.com. So you can follow me there. Go out to my website. You can also follow me on Instagram, and it's Soiree, etc. is the name of my Instagram handle. So they can find me and Facebook, anywhere like that. But I like to have a more personal touch. If people want to just come and email me, you can info@soireeetc.com. Also, you can speak to me for at least an hour and we can go over anything and concepts that you would like to see on your special days.
Awesome. I love hearing that. And for those folks that missed it, that is with 3 E's. So it is SOIRE All right. So that is info@soiree, etc.com, as well as you can follow her on Instagram. Now, tell me a little bit more in regards to the classes. Is this something that's currently going on right now, or are we expecting to see you in the fall with these classes?
In the fall, we have the class. I just finished a class right when COVID hit. It was kind of crazy because usually my class is in person. So my last 3 classes I had to do, from my basement here. And actually, it was fun. It was, my class did enjoy it. I do teach. I don't just teach. I don't talk to people and tell you, oh, you have to do this, this, this. We actually do hands-on activities, things I'll show you. Like I showed them how to do a balloon arch. I showed them how to give Zoom baby shower. It was kind of fun. We did it for one of the classmates that was pregnant, and I wanted to let her know, okay, you can still do a baby shower. Let's do it virtual. Let's have some fun. And we did the games. I gave out door prizes. People was really surprised. And it's very easy. It's not as hard as you think. It's just more so thinking about the concept, what you want to do. My class starts up, I think, October the 6th. I run the class for 6 weeks. It's on a Thursday night. Okay. From 6:30 to 8:30, just 2 hours. And like I said, I go through the gamut. I help them just figure out, you tell me what you want to do out of this class. What do you need from me? And I'm going to give you resources, tips, and tricks. And I actually do tell people, where do I go shopping at that they can shop out at? Because, sometimes as a business owner, you can't just go into like the local florist and buy flowers, because you may need to have established businesses. And that's the thing we really all need to think about, is as we start to say we running a business, and I see a lot of people doing it and say, oh yeah, I have a source out on Instagram, and they start popping up LLC as their last name. Be very careful doing that. You really should officially go out, register with the state, get some legitimacy behind your business, and not just say, oh, I'm an LLC, because you think that that's the best way to get people to come to you. So we do talk a little bit about that and tell people, definitely, I have insurance. I have to have a lot of general liability when I go into a venue and we're lighting up candles, we're putting tall centerpieces in. We do Softscape, which is just putting some linens down and, dressing the table. But we do Hardscapes. So if people didn't notice, it's on one of my pages. I have a big M that's flowered in the middle, a monogram. I actually did a feather wall. So that was really, building that feather wall was kind of hard. But we do build things. So we call it hardscape when we actually do construct and put something together like that. So you got to know that if something like that falls, you got to be able to cover yourself. So we've thought about every aspect of how the business really should run as a production company.
Awesome. I love that. Now, with the, in addition to like the Zoom baby shower, and I've even seen, especially we are in, or I should say wrapping up, or should be done completely with graduation season. So I've seen folks, coming by with the parades and balloons driving by. What else is currently trending for folks that they can reach out to you about to still make, somebody's life special?
I think what people could do is contact me and tell me, what do you want? Because it's really not just about doing and duplicating the same thing. I really don't believe in that trend. It's about what you want. What do you want to see? What the excitement that you want to happen when you're doing this? I mean, are you just wanting people to do a drive-by and just say wave and drop some cards? Or do you want some more to it? We don't know our resources until we go out and get them. And some of them are very inexpensive. Maybe you could contact the school or contact a local band and say, could the marching band come out? And you think I might be crazy by thinking that, but you'll be surprised. Even if they put on a mask, they may come out and play. Some of them may not wear masks, but they may social distance enough where they can come out and walk down the street, playing music or doing something that's going to be a little bit different than everybody else. So there are things to do.
Okay, awesome. No, I love that idea. I might even, well, once my child does get to that age, hopefully should be out by then. He is 10, so 8 years from now, he definitely should be out of that. Now, with the cost of a wedding, Ken, I know that I'm going to definitely need to be getting to that point with my future queen. What is like the average wedding cost for a wedding coming from your expertise?
In New Jersey, the average cost is, you can estimate it like $27,000.
Okay.
What I want people to start thinking about is that, why are you inviting 200 and 300 people? Really give some validity around that. You know, you are not going to recoup those costs. I'm going to first tell you, not. Your family, your friends, they're not going to drop $100, $150 in an envelope for you as a gift. And we were talking, it's funny, me and my mom was talking, and I said, people really don't know is that you don't have to give people a gift. They invited you to their party. You didn't ask to come. So you got to think in a certain way. We're going to see more people go back to a micro, maybe 40, 50 people wedding. You know, that's allows you to use all your resources for those 40 or 50 special people. When you start thinking about, you know, we see people are still moving to a smaller wedding. Some people, because depending on the type of work their family members may do, you know, their mothers and fathers, they may see themselves having much bigger weddings. A lot of people that do that are people that go to church and they're like, oh, I got to invite my church family. Be cautious, because you don't want to be disappointed on wedding day, you know, when you're counting up those envelopes the next day and say, oh, people and it cost me $150 a person and I didn't get anything in return.
It's a very expensive island. Very expensive island.
It is very expensive. I would tell people, even people that ask you to be a part of their wedding, be careful. Be careful. If you really don't have the finances and you're barely making it, on the average, to be somebody's bridesmaids or groomsmen, it can run you between $1,200 to $2,000.
And that's per person, or that's just for the whole party?
Person. That's per person. Yeah, I know. It's kind of shocking, because you got to think, there's a bridal shower, there's the bachelor party. People want to go to Vegas, or they want to go to Atlantic City. They still have to rent their tux and all the other things. And some people may have to travel to your location. You know, we do destination, or they don't even live here. They may have to travel across the country to come to your wedding. So those people also need to think about, it's not just being in that picture and that spotlight. Maybe you should take on a different role in somebody's wedding when this is going to start to occur.
Okay, awesome. I really appreciate that. We'll be letting my girlfriend know that we will be eloping. I think it's $180. And then we'll have a little backyard barbecue. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm sure she would not like to hear that.
Listen, she'll be like, babe, I know that you was on the interview. I definitely won't be breaking up with you first thing in the morning since she sees this. So, no, definitely going to make sure it is a big celebration. Now, for those that are looking to get into event planning, you know, and want to be in your shoes and see themselves 16 years from now being in your shoes, Tuesdi, what advice would you give to somebody as far as getting their business started off the ground?
I would tell you to go and mentor, get a mentor, get someone to help you get through. I've taken, and I also am big on educating myself. So when I first started, I constantly went to conferences. I go to Biz Bash every year. It runs in October in New York City. I know it's going to do this year. But going out to those things, last year, I actually went to the most phenomenal event designer there is, and went to Preston Bailey's class. So I invest my money where I think I need to learn and you know, get my art just a little bit better than where it's at. So I think that that's the thing you should do. Unfortunately, we no longer have magazines that we used to have, but information's out there, guys. Google anything you want to know, and things you don't want to know, you can Google. I think that we spend too much time looking at aesthetics and pictures and thinking, when people come to me, even this I'm sitting next, when people come to me and they say, oh, I see this tall centerpiece, and then when I quote a price, it's like, I didn't know that's how much it would cost. So, I will tell you.
I love that comment. I didn't know. When you showed me that floral arrangement, it didn't match that centerpiece and the extra 5,000 for that.
Yeah,
So
exactly. So I would tell anybody that's planning any event, it doesn't matter if it's a wedding. Weddings are the bigger ones. Plan your budget first. Know how much money you really have before you start going off on the venture on this venture. What they need to do is take a time back, and you guys both need to sit down and say, okay, how much do we really have in the budget? You know, because it can drain you. I've had clients that said to me, I'm going to work 3 jobs. And I'm like, please don't do that.
oh,
That is
love.
really...
Not for love.
No, let me explain to you that they're doing that so they can have this phenomenal event. And I'm like saying, don't do this. These are the things I'm going to let everybody walk away with. These tips I'm going to give you. Do a top 10 list. Know that only 5 of them are going to happen. And do small wows. Stop trying to overwhelm everybody with a big wow like fireworks and things like that. If you're doing fireworks, why won't you go to a venue that has fireworks? Like, this is for July weekend. A pop of fireworks, guess what? That was free $99. You didn't have to pay for it. You just had to pay for the venue that you were going to be at that was going to have them fireworks off of the water. So start to think about how you spend your money. Small wows could be, we've had people do white glove service, and I've given all the wait staff some white gloves. It wasn't that kind of venue, but they all had on white gloves, and they passed hors d'oeuvres with white gloves on. That costs probably less than $200.
And it's that presentation and that feeling that it's like that etiquette is up there. So I like that.
Yeah, so don't always think that you have to go all out. You see everything out in the world and you're like, oh, I want to be like Kim Kardashian and have a floor wall. Let me explain to you. That floor wall is going to cost you at least $2,500. And you might not get the top of the florals anyway. So try to spend your time saying, okay, maybe I'll have a floral picture frame with florals that my number, table numbers. Wow, people are not expecting that. And they're like, oh, that was really cute. I never expected her to put flowers in a picture frame and then go to the Home Depot and buy you a regular metal number.
Wow.
How quick did that happen that made such an impact for somebody? And how cheap was that?
Right.
It's about presentation. It's about how you utilize your money and how you make those little small wows happen. So people are constantly talking about your event.
That is awesome. I really love the insight. I mean, both from teaching folks as far as where they should be starting with their business, and even addition, just the wedding tips themselves. Now, folks at home, if y'all want more information and some good guidance in regards to it, now, you go past that hour, there's going to be some costs with it. But if you just want that initial guidance in regards to getting started, Tuesdi's been in the business for 16 years. So we're not looking at somebody who just started this or just thought to themselves, oh, I could combine this, I could combine with that. She's been doing it for so long, folks. So her direction as far as how she wants to make your event magical and special comes down to you initially reaching out to her. So check her out on, it is Soiree, etc., and that is with that extra E in the center. So if you do SOIREETC. Check her out on Instagram and even Facebook for more information. So, Tuesdi, I can't thank you enough so much for being on the show, sharing your tips, sharing your insight. Definitely looking forward to having you come back on.
Thank you, Daniel. Yeah, having come back on. September starts wedding season all over again, but I'm scared of the coronavirus. I think we'll kick this back off late March.
Yeah, well, I know that definitely things are definitely going to be turning around. And I'm pretty sure, when first people were thinking of wearing masks, they were like, oh, my gosh, masks. Now, all of a sudden, it's like, hey, where'd you get your mask from? Or what style and trend do you have your mask from? Yeah. There might even be a Zoom call on how to make your mask. So I'm pretty sure it's probably going to be the same thing for you. And you're probably one of the first many. Somebody's listening right now thinking like, wait, I could do a Zoom baby shower? Claire! Set up the camera. We're about to set this thing off right now. blast cash out throughout the whole call. So, and I just gave a tip. I ain't even in the business. So, folks, if you want more information, please definitely feel free to reach out to Tuesdi. Also, check out me on the RNG radio show every morning, Monday through Friday at 7 a.m., Facebook Live and YouTube. Tuesdi, thank you again so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate having you here.
Thank you, Daniel. It's been an honor. I've enjoyed the conversation.
Me as well. Me as well. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Fleslet on the beat.